Now, great story for you. Christmas Day, the Southend branch of Spice Village opened their doors to the homeless and vulnerable to just go in and have a free Christmas meal. Absolutely free for nothing. Now, on Christmas Eve, they had 110 people who'd been signed up for this, okay? They then spent a fair amount of time raising more awareness of what was on offer at the Spice Village on Christmas Day. Well, the chief exec, the boss of Spice Village company, SULEMAN RAZA, even featured on BBC Essex on Christmas Day to offer his support and spread the word about what was available. How did it go, I hear you ask? How did it go on Christmas Day at Spice Village? Well, I spoke to SULEMAN earlier and asked him that question.
It was amazing. It was phenomenal. We were overwhelmed with the response. Yes, it was an amazing day.
Now, when we at BBC Essex spoke to you just before Christmas, you were expecting 110 people. How many did you get in the end?
Oh, we were overwhelmed with the response. We had over 200 homeless and elderly people turn up on the day.
Oh, over 200?
We had to cook more, yes, and we had to cook more and more to feed these people throughout the day, yes.
And just let's go back a little bit. What was the thinking behind this? Why did you do this?
Obviously, Christmas is like a special day, so we decided to spend our special day with these homeless and elderly people across Southend. As you know, the homelessness is on the rise throughout the country, especially in Southend. In fact, I was told by a local charity that it's almost risen by 28% compared to the last year. So we thought we must do something for the community, and feeding the homeless people was probably the best thing we ever did.
How much preparation did it take to feed 200 people? I mean, how many sittings did you have to have?
So our restaurant has 52 seats. We were preparing ourselves for over 100 people. We had a few charities who also brought a few people to have the food at the restaurant. So initially we were targeting over 100 people, and we had to stock up the food, obviously, because it was a Christmas day. So we had sort of feeling that we might end up with some extra people. So the good thing is we had some stocks to cater for double the amount. So we were preparing for it at least a couple of days before we started preparing ourselves for it. Now, all the staff obviously worked voluntarily on this Christmas Day, missing out on their families, children, because obviously Christmas Day we're not open for business. But this time I'm so glad and proud of our team, to come out and support this amazing cause.
And what was the menu?
Mainly we did roast turkey as a starter. We did some rice and chicken casserole. Then we had dessert as a cream caramel pudding. And we served some hot drinks, soft drinks. And some of the odd ones wanted to have some rice with butter chicken and chicken tikka masala and stuff. So, yeah, that kind of menu, yes.
So it was a full range of stuff, wasn't it? And,
we had quite a few ranges.
What was the reaction like from the people who were your guests that day? What did they say to you?
We had quite a few elderly people, as well as homeless people, who had literally had no one around in the family and had nowhere to go. And once we fed them, they were so happy. Some of them literally had tears in their eyes, thanking our team at Spice Village. There were some heart-touching scenes, and which were priceless. I mean, they're very difficult to describe. I mean, how we felt and how all these homeless people felt, because some of them had no one to talk to. And I think the fact which made them so happy was there were like some voluntary people we had in our restaurant who were there talking to these people. Some of our staff members were keeping them engaged. So they had no one to talk to, and some of them even stayed like two hours in the restaurant, sitting down, talking to us, having the food. So it's like unbelievably amazing stuff, which is difficult to describe,
And for you and your team, how did you feel when the last guest left you?
Oh, yes, I think our team, everyone felt so good. Feeding the homeless and elderly people was the best thing we did. I think we're so thankful to the local community charities, social media who spread the word around. To have all these people from Southend who have nowhere to go was probably the best thing. It's an amazing feeling. I mean, it's, like I said already, it's something which we cannot bring into our words. I mean, the other thing I'd like to, thank my staff for supporting this, throughout the day, not to worry about extra people turning up. So this is like amazing stuff.
Suleiman, what, if you don't mind my asking, what is your faith?
I'm a Muslim, and majority of our team in the restaurant is also Muslim.
And this is a Christian festival?
Yes. I think you would agree that all faiths, including Islam, Christianity, they preach love and peace. And feeding the homeless is pretty much very similar in all religion. And I think we live in this country now, and we want to support these homeless people and charities who work for these homeless people across Southend. And another thing I'd like to mention is that we want to do something for eliminating this rough sleeping on the roads as well. Because in Southend, especially, every time I'm driving around, I see, every now and then these odd people, lying down on the floor, sometimes in bunches, sometimes, they're like isolated people. So it's like, I don't think it's to do anything with the religion. It's to do with the humanity. And as a person myself and representing my restaurant, I represent humanity. I represent love, peace, This is something we feel good to do, It's just something, when you're giving something back to the community, you feel so good about it.
Is this something that you might consider doing again next year?
Oh, yes, definitely. By looking at the response, we're looking to make this No One Eat Alone on the Christmas Day like an annual campaign. So we're definitely going to do it again. But also, I'm also thinking of to start a local and a national campaign now to engage some of the other restaurants across Southend as well as the country to participate in this campaign, so that every year on the Christmas Day, no one eats alone. And I can assure you that if every single restaurant starts participating in this, there will be no single homeless person without food on the Christmas Day in Southend. But not just in Southend, but all over the UK. And by doing this, I think we can also contribute towards rough sleeping, which is also on the rise in the UK. So yes, definitely we're going to make this an annual campaign as well as a national campaign.
SULEMAN RAZA speaking to me earlier on from Spice Village in Southend, and well done to them for all the work they did over the Christmas period and all the staff there as well. Fantastic.